Hello. Thank you for joining me again this evening, taking the time out of your very busy schedules. I hope that um, what you might learn from this channel as it goes forth um, helps you to be the best or live the best possible life you can. Um, so, I know last week I'd mentioned some about what is success. So again, success is kind of up to you. Um, there's a lot of ways to define it. It's a really broad term um, as to what going forward. Um, I know with me in one of the business, I'm currently involved in three business ventures, but one of the business ventures I'm involved with, um, I see a picture of a people holding stacks of cash or something. I think to myself, okay, well you're successful, but who are you trying to convince, me or somebody else? Um, that you're successful. Um, so again, what success is in the end should really be defined by yourself. I mean, me, I could whip out a lot of titles. Well, some people would again consider that successful. So you know, so moving forward though, it kind of what gave root and life to this particular business venture, because for me that's exactly what this is. Um, was in the first one that I mentioned, I had been, because this is I think this is now my eighth business venture. I know that sounds like a lot, but the average business only actually lasts about 5 years. It's just statistics. It's the way things go. If you go in 10, you're doing really well. If you're around 15, well, you're probably here to stay, and you'll be a major corporation before you know it. Not that that's a good thing, but that's another topic for another day. um, so kind of what gave root to doing this particular channel is I was responsible that every week of doing a presentation, um, and then after the presentation of also doing a training, um, and I felt that I was able to help a lot of people with that, which kind of again between that and helping people live the best possible version of themselves or best possible life. um I can see why YouTube says at the moment I'm self-help. Hey, it works for me. I'm considered up there with some really good people like Napoleon Hill, John C. Maxwell, Tony Robbins. So just to name a few. um, but a friend of my mastermind group, and we'll kind of go into what mastermind groups are hopefully later on. And I definitely encourage you to look into and put together a mastermind group. Um, but he encouraged me to continue training, and I've been reluctant. I've been kicking it around, but finally decided that, well, granted, a tree planted 5 years ago is better than a tree planted today, but better today than never at all. And that kind of comes as an inspiration from when I had my coronary. I mean, I died twice. Talk about not living the best possible version of yourself. It inspired me to want to continue to do things like this. Um, so this is why I found myself here. And on the same token, the third business I decided was to kick off a gaming channel, since, well, that's my other interest. But hey, um, I, I've always been in sales in one form or another. This from and oh, I can't remember necessarily offhand who had said, in business, you're either in sales or in service to sales. And I thought, well, just like this channel is my version of raging against the machine, because I've never been really a corporate person wanting to rebel. I've always wanted to get out and do my own. Being incredibly introverted, that's another reason I'm saying, this is my version of raging against the machine, is to start a YouTube channel and put my voice out there and let it be heard. Um, Corporations these days almost seem to want you to become part of a hive mind. and I was never keen on the Borg. So, um, with that much said, there's a lot to say to being again self-employed, independent individual. You rely a lot on yourself, and there are others, as I said, with the mastermind group. Um, so one of the topics I wanted to touch on was, going back to how goals can help you um, build your business and move it forward. Um, like for me, as I had mentioned in my first video, I had a goal of putting together the 90-day tracking sheet. It looks like that's going to take me a little bit longer than I thought, um, because it became a big, hairy, audacious goal for me as I find myself having to learn editing programs and how to edit the videos and get them looking really nice. So I'm hopefully, my goal at the moment is to have something put together like that. And about by the end of next month, definitely. See, so there's nothing wrong with putting together goals, realizing how big they are, or reasonably what you can achieve. I figure with me, I already have past skills with computers. It shouldn't take too long just researching and reading and playing around with these programs. And with that kind of said, also, I'm looking at posting new videos every Tuesday, or no, every Thursday and every Sunday. Um, I also plan to look at having interviews with other people who are part of my mastermind group, people I consider to be successful, and hopefully being able to share some of their experiences and what they've learned to be able to help others, grow their channel. So look forward to that over the course. I definitely by the middle of next month, I plan to at least put together one of the interviews. I've already spoken with the gentleman, and he said he's willing to do it, which he should, since it's his fault I'm doing this. He's one of the major forces behind this. So I'm really looking forward to interviewing him. I still haven't actually asked if it's okay, but we'll go ahead I mean, to mention him. So be looking forward to that coming up here soon, depending on how it goes. I want to try to keep the videos, 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll see how long the interview goes. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'd like to see if people would like to see live interviews with these. I'm thinking about shout out to Anthony Brian Logan. He has a win. As a matter of fact, his is going on right now. I normally catch it, but do a live chat, take some calls, or at least definitely read the comments that are left or the live chat from a live stream. So if you really want to hear that or look, want me to look more into that, please go ahead and leave a comment below. And as for this video, the usual please like, subscribe, um, and share the video. Um, but so, in going back to goals, because I know I went way off on a whole tangent, and I do apologize. But being able to set those goals also help you. You can get to them by maintaining habits. You have good habits, you have bad habits, but so I'll have it together. I'll get these looking really nice. I learned a little bit of video editing, and so when we look at habits, and that can be an entire whole video episode all on its own, but when you look at habits, you want to develop daily habits that will help keep you on track for building your businesses or business. And one daily habit that I would recommend just to start with, even if you're thinking about it, whether you're actually own your own business, 1099 employee, storefront, or you are just looking to advance in your current career, I'd recommend just picking up 10 pages of a good book. There's plenty of them out there I could recommend, that you can look into. Some of the authors I'd mentioned, the inspirational, motivational business speakers. Take a look at some of their books. There's plenty of them. At the moment, I can't. Well, there's so many to recommend. Um, believe it or not, I actually recommend with starting with Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Um, and it's just it's a good one to get you in the mindset, because when you own your own business, really being in the right mindset um, is important. Um, when you're a drone to the corporate system, it's really easy. You get up, you go to work. It's 9 to 5. You go home. You have your lunch every day. Oh, you may eat at Taco Bell one day or bring your lunch the next, or but you're pretty much hooked into the drone lifestyle that dependent on somebody else. And when you're self-employed, you really find yourself in a position where the really person, you know, is yourself. This is why you become accountable for what you do. Um, you know, and there's so many places to go from that point, like ethics. I mean, I'm an accountant. Getting trained in ethics, business ethics, is part of the whole shtick of getting your degree. So, and I know it's not common, but and if you want me to go and look into making an episode on business ethics, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to look into doing something like that. But when you've got those goals, yeah, they can turn into big, hairy, audacious ones. Like I said, for me, I jumped in with both feet, not just to this, but doing a gaming channel, um, which in and of itself is another big, hairy, audacious goal, I guess, of moving forward. So one of the other things I know you'll hear from people is, "Oh, put together a dream board." Um, you know what? If you want to do that, feel free. I've never personally subscribed to the idea of a dream board. It's just a bunch of pretty pictures. Um, but some people need it to be able to stay on the elevator, stay motivated with the business. Me personally, like I said, I've never really just had it. I've always had goals to set and something new and to keep me going forward, and keep me on that particular path, I guess you could say. Um, so yeah, goal setting is important, which goes with the 90-day tracking sheet, being able to track how you're doing and obtaining your goals. Again, something like learning how to edit becomes a little bit ambiguous, so we'll kind of see how that goes from here. Um, it's going to be interesting. Um, and again, with those goals, your habits help keep you on the go. Keep you to obtain those goals, or know what is a reasonable goal to obtain. Which having the daily habits help you develops the discipline. The discipline helps you become laser focused to be able to obtain your goals. So it all kind of comes around again. And just every time you obtain a goal, to set your next goal as you're moving forward, and up some more. Um, so, and again, for me, that's what I consider successful. Am I hitting the goals that I have set for myself, and growing, being the best possible version of me, hopefully helping as many people as I possibly can. Um, so. Uh, Um, ah, oh yeah, and real quick before we go, and again, if there are any particular topics you'd like me to, talk a little bit more about, please feel free to leave a comment. Um, but I was speaking with one of my business associates earlier today, actually, and they were talking about how cold calling in one of the industries I work on, cold calling, it's very much just like, I was thinking how it's like starting your own business. It's she was talking about picking up the phone and calling and looking for other business associates, people who said they wanted to be business associates. And I got to thinking, well, just that alone, I mean, that is a lot like starting your own business. Just recently, I can relate to that. Of going, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to post it. This is where I'm looking to take the channel. Um, so I understand that anxiety, and sometimes just the best way to overcome that anxiety is talk with those people who are part of your mastermind group. Um, and usually you'll find that, if it's the right group, that if it's something good for you, they will encourage you and continue to encourage you to do it. Some people call them workout partners, but a good mastermind group kind of is that at the same time, because they help you. I mean, when you tell your friends, your group of friends that you have, business friends, and you say, "This is my goal," you kind of, you've got yourself committed to it, and they will help you to some degree obtain it, if nothing else, just to encourage you to take that step, like I have here. So, mastermind groups are important in, well, in life in general, not just with starting your own business. But so they, but yeah, once you've overcome that initial anxiety, you find it so much easier. So she was talking about cold calling. Then I related back to that when I was doing warm calls, which for me, is I invest in my business. I get a list of people who say they're interested in XYZ, and I call them up and say, "Hey, guess what? Much like they do on the stock market, and etc." So I've done a lot of that kind of calling, and I'm not saying that's what I've done. I'm just saying it's very like it hints at. Like I said, this is my ninth business, so hey, you can guess what. But so I'll pick them up, I'll call them, I'll do the sale. Closing on an average of 1 in 4 um, of the people. But once you pick up that phone, or you take that step, or you knock on that door, or you shake that first hand, um, afterwards you find it really does get so much easier. But that is the toughest part of, signing that business license, taking that step. That first step is just to overcome that anxiety. Well, if you've already developed the habits, and you have the discipline, it also becomes a lot easier. Granted, again, if that's the way your business is running, or or you're looking for new business associates, to join a constant business, or you're offering a service, or even with the accounting firm, again, advertising the accounting firm, um, you can be kept really busy. So, um, at this time, I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments below. I look forward to, seeing where the next episode will be. Thank you very much, and have yourself a beautiful day.